Welcome to night one of Wrestlemania. We are finally here at the grandest stage of them all, and tonight promises unforgettable moments, championship battles, and careers changed forever. First up, we kick off with the Championship Opportunity Tournament Final, where the winner earns a future world title opportunity and moves one step closer to championship glory. The Championship Opportunity Tournament was first announced by Smackdown General Manager Nick Aldis, giving 8 former world champions a path to WrestleMania and another chance to earn a future world championship opportunity. On SmackDown, Roman Reigns fights his way through the Viper Randy Orton, and then survives a brutal battle with Brock Lesnar to reach the final. On Raw, John Cena overcomes the King of Strong Style Shinsuke Nakamura before defeating Damian Priest to secure his own place on this grand stage. Tonight at WrestleMania, 2 icons collide with everything on the line. Who will win the tournament and earn another shot at a world championship?
The following Championship Opportunity Tournament Final is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with championship purpose, knowing the Championship Opportunity Tournament has given him a path back to the World Championship picture. The OTC has already fought through the Viper Randy Orton and survived a brutal clash with Brock Lesnar to earn his spot in tonight's final. Now, with John Cena standing across from him and a future World Championship opportunity at stake, Reigns looks to prove that his road back to the top still runs through the grandest stage of them all.
And his opponent, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena.
John Cena makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with history on his mind, knowing the Championship Opportunity Tournament could be his route to one more World Championship opportunity. On Raw, Cena fights through Shinsuke Nakamura and then overcomes Damian Priest to earn his place in tonight's final against Roman Reigns. Now, with a future World Championship shot at stake, Cena looks to defeat the OTC and move one step closer to chasing a record-breaking 17th World Championship. The bell rings and both competitors lock up in the middle of the ring. Roman Reigns overpowers the veteran and muscles him into the corner to establish his dominance in the Championship Opportunity Tournament Final. John Cena fights his way back with a timely counter and quickly swings the momentum in his favor. Cena strings together a series of impressive offensive maneuvers, forcing Roman Reigns onto the back foot and taking control of the contest. Reigns cuts Cena's momentum short with a sharp counter and immediately turns the tide of the match. Reigns unleashes a barrage of ruthless attacks on John Cena, seemingly venting the earlier frustration as he brutalizes the veteran. Cena slips out of danger and avoids the incoming attack, creating the opening he desperately needs. Cena immediately fires back with a surge of offense, mounting a comeback and putting Reigns on the defensive once again. Cena looks to connect with the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Reigns rolls out of harm's way at the last possible second. Reigns immediately capitalizes, exploding forward with the Superman punch that drops Cena where he stands. The Tribal Chief backs into the corner, lines up his target, and blasts Cena with a thunderous spear. Reigns hooks the leg, and the referee counts 2, but Cena somehow kicks out, refusing to let his tournament dreams die. Reigns looks to keep the pressure on, but Cena counters out of nowhere and spikes him into the mat with a DDT. Cena senses the momentum shifting and stays on the attack, refusing to give Reigns any time to recover. The veteran waits patiently as Reigns struggles back to his feet, measuring his next move. Cena hoists Reigns onto his shoulders and drives him down with a massive attitude adjustment before hooking the leg for the pinfall. John Cena secures the victory, but before Cena can celebrate, Brock Lesnar storms to the ring and unleashes a brutal attack on both Cena and Roman Reigns. The referee cannot contain Brock Lesnar as the Beast incarnate continues his brutal assault on Roman Reigns, seeking revenge for his tournament semifinal loss. Lesnar hoists Reigns onto his shoulders and delivers not one, but 2 devastating F5s, leaving the Tribal Chief laid out in the ring.
The following tag team match, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven enter WrestleMania as WWE Women's Tag Team Champions after retaining against Naomi and Bayley at Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez earn a title shot on Raw, but Nia Jax and Lash Legend soon stake their own claim and challenge the Twin Terrors' status as contenders. Chaos erupts when Chelsea Green and Piper Niven attack Ripley and Jax, prompting Nick Aldis to order the Twin Terrors versus the Irresistible Forces to decide the challengers, and warn that further interference will make the title match a triple threat. Ripley and Rodriguez defeat Nia and Lash to secure their title shot, but the champions launch another post-match attack. In the final build-up, Green and Niven continue their mind games, taking out Raquel backstage before ambushing Rhea after her match with Piper. Now, at WrestleMania, the Terror Twins look for revenge and championship gold, while Green and Niven aim to prove that their reign survives by any means necessary. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven make their way to the WrestleMania stage with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, fully aware that their reign faces one of its toughest tests tonight. After weeks of attacks, interference, and mind games, the champions look to prove that every tactic has been part of their plan to stay ahead of the Terror Twins. With Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez seeking revenge, Green and Niven are determined to survive the challenge and leave WrestleMania still holding the gold. The Terror Twins make their way to the WrestleMania stage with revenge and championship gold on their minds. After weeks of attacks, mind games, and Chelsea Green taking out Raquel Rodriguez backstage, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez are determined to make the champions pay tonight. With the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line, Ripley and Rodriguez look ready to overpower Chelsea Green and Piper Niven and leave WrestleMania as the new champions.
The following tag team match, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. They are the team of Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, the Terror Twins. And their opponents, they are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
The referee takes possession of the championships and raises them high above the ring, signaling that this highly anticipated title match is about to begin. The champions immediately target Raquel Rodriguez, looking to exploit the damage from their backstage assault on Smackdown. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven work together to keep Rodriguez grounded and away from her corner. The challengers are forced onto the defensive early as the champions execute a smart game plan to isolate the powerhouse from Rhea Ripley. Despite being forced onto the back foot, Raquel Rodriguez finds an opening to counter and finally reaches her corner for the much-needed tag. Rhea Ripley storms into the ring with a burst of energy and immediately takes the fight to Chelsea Green. Ripley unloads with a series of punishing attacks, making the champions pay for their earlier assault on their partner. Chelsea Green tries to fight her way back into the match, but Rhea Ripley quickly shuts down the rally. Ripley regains firm control and plants Green back on the canvas, continuing her relentless assault on the champion. Ripley continues to overpower Green, keeping her grounded before turning her attention to Niven and knocking the champion off the apron to the ringside floor. Ripley capitalizes on the opening, planting Green with a devastating riptide.
Here are your winners and new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Terror Twins.
The Terror Twins now stand tall with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, cementing themselves as the new top team to beat in the women's tag division. Dragon Lee's road to WrestleMania begins through WWE's crossover with AAA, where the European champion earns impressive victories over Mr. Iguana and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., receiving respect from El Hijo del Vikingo and other AAA stars along the way. But that respect turns into betrayal when Vikingo shocks everyone by attacking Dragon Lee after a tag team victory, making it clear that he wants to seize the spotlight in WWE. Dragon Lee calls out Vikingo for his cowardly actions, but Vikingo refuses the fight unless it is on his own terms. As the rivalry escalates, Lexis King and Octagon Jr. gets involved, aligning with Vikingo and Lee respectively. Vikingo then lays down the challenge for a champion versus champion match at WrestleMania, vowing to defeat Dragon Lee. Although Dragon Lee manages to turn the tables during one confrontation, Vikingo regains control by pinning Lee in tag team action and continuing the post-match assaults. In the final build-up, Lee defeats Lexis King, but Vikingo strikes again with the European Championship belt, leaving the European champion laid out. Now at WrestleMania, Dragon Lee fights to defend the honor of Lucha Libre and settle the score, while Vikingo looks to prove his superiority.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Tala, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, representing Latino World Order, he is the European champion, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with the European Championship, ready to settle the score with AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Vikingo. After weeks of betrayal, sneak attacks, and assaults with steel chairs and championship gold, Lee enters this champion versus champion clash, determined to defend the honor of Lucha Libre. Tonight, he looks to overcome Vikingo, prove he is the superior champion, and leave WrestleMania with his pride and legacy intact.
And his opponent, from Puebla, Mexico, weighing in at 161 pounds, he is the AAA Mega Champion, El Hijo del Vikingo.
El Hijo del Vikingo makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with the AAA Mega Championship, carrying himself like a man determined to take the spotlight for himself. After weeks of betrayals, sneak attacks, steel chair assaults, and a final statement with the European title belt, Vikingo enters this champion versus champion clash, believing he has already gotten inside Dragon Lee's head. Tonight, he looks to defeat the European champion and prove his superiority. The bell rings and Dragon Lee explodes out of the gate, taking the fight straight to El Hijo del Vikingo as he looks to avenge weeks of disrespect and repeated assaults. Vikingo refuses to stay down and battles back with a fierce response, showing exactly why he is AAA Mega Champion. Vikingo unleashes a series of brutal attacks that force Lee onto the back foot and struggling to regain control. Vikingo nails Lee with a devastating backstabber and goes for the cover, but Lee digs deep and kicks out at 2 to keep the match alive. Vikingo keeps the pressure on, driving Lee hard into the mat before scaling the turnbuckles, looking to put the match away. Vikingo launches himself with a spectacular 630 splash, but Lee rolls clear at the last possible second. Lee capitalizes on the opening and storms back into the match, flooring Vikingo with a massive knee strike. Lee looks to finish things with Operation Dragon, but Vikingo reacts just in time and counters the move before it can connect. Vikingo tries to keep Lee grounded, but Lee shows incredible resilience and battles his way back to his feet. Lee mounts a huge comeback, overwhelming Vikingo with a dazzling series of high-speed attacks. Lee is firing on all cylinders now, refusing to give Vikingo a moment to recover. The European champion remains firmly in control as he continues to pour on the offense. Vikingo is now struggling to fight his way out of trouble, with Lee's relentless pressure keeping him on the defensive.
Here is your winner, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee secures a monumental victory on the Grandest stage, finally getting payback on El Hijo del Vikingo after weeks of conflict. The European champion makes WWE proud tonight, defeating the AAA Mega Champion in a WrestleMania classic.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Women's World Championship.
AJ Lee earns her WrestleMania title shot by winning the Women's World Championship Elimination Chamber match, continuing her remarkable comeback. On Raw, AJ vows to dethrone Iyo Sky, but Damage Control responds with threats and a brutal assault led by the champion. Over the following weeks, Alexa Bliss and Stephanie Vaquer back up AJ, helping fend off Damage Control's repeated ambushes. As WrestleMania nears, momentum shifts when Alexa Bliss pins Iyo Sky twice, including once after AJ Lee's music distracts the champion. AJ grows more confident and mocks Iyo Sky's recent losses, claiming the champion is vulnerable heading into WrestleMania. Sky responds with a vicious attack, laying AJ out and standing tall with the title held high. Tonight at WrestleMania, AJ Lee looks to complete her comeback and become champion, while Iyo Sky fights to prove she still rules the division. Iyo Sky makes her way to the WrestleMania stage with the Women's World Championship, determined to prove that AJ Lee's comeback story ends at her hands. After weeks of setbacks, distractions, and damage controls battles with AJ's allies, the champion enters tonight looking to silence every doubt surrounding her reign. With the title on the line, Sky aims to defeat the Elimination Chamber winner and leave WrestleMania still ruling the women's division. AJ Lee makes her way to the WrestleMania stage with the WWE Universe behind her, ready for the biggest match of her comeback journey. After winning the Elimination Chamber, surviving Damage Control's attacks, and watching Iyo Sky try to break her momentum, AJ now stands one step away from reclaiming championship glory. Tonight, she looks to dethrone the Women's World Champion and complete her comeback story on the grandest stage of them all.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Women's World Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From Union City, New Jersey, she is the Black Widow, AJ Lee, and her opponent. From Tokyo, Japan, she is the Women's World Champion, the Genius of the Sky, Iyo Sky.
The referee takes possession of the championship and raises it high, signaling that this highly anticipated title match is about to begin. Iyo Sky comes out aggressively from the opening bell, taking the fight straight to AJ Lee and looking to make her pay for weeks of frustration. The champion is all business tonight, unleashing a relentless attack as she looks determined to retain the Women's World Championship. AJ Lee refuses to stay down and fires back, meeting Iyo Sky head-on in a furious exchange of punches. Both women unload on each other with bad intentions, but Sky appears to gain the upper hand as the brawl intensifies. Iyo Sky looks to be firmly back in control of the championship match, dictating the pace and keeping AJ Lee on the defensive. The champion continues to dish out punishment, determined to break the resolve of her challenger and retain her title. Iyo Sky launches herself from the top rope with a moonsault, but AJ Lee gets her knees up at the last second before immediately trapping the champion in the Black Widow submission hold. Sky powers her way out of the Black Widow and immediately swings the momentum back in her favor with a furious comeback. Sky drags AJ Lee to the top turnbuckle, joins her high above the ring, and launches both women off with a breathtaking avalanche Spanish fly that leaves AJ crashing into the canvas. Sky wastes no time following up, soaring from the top rope with the over-the moonsault before hooking the leg of AJ Lee.
Here is your winner, and still, Women's World Champion, Iyo Sky.
Iyo Sky secures the victory and retains the Women's World Championship. The champion stands tall with the title raised high, sending a powerful message that the women's division still runs through Iyo Sky.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the United States Championship.
Kevin Owens enters WrestleMania as the United States Champion after successfully retaining his title against former champion Austin Theory. When Grayson Waller tries to avenge Theory, Rusev attacks him from behind before storming the ring to assault Kevin Owens, locking the champion in the Accolade and sending a clear message. Waller later seeks revenge, but falls to Rusev, only for Kevin Owens to return the favor by blasting the Bulgarian Brute with the United States Championship after the match. Rusev calls out Owens and challenges him for the title, with Owens confidently accepting for WrestleMania. The mind games continue as Owens distracts Rusev during his match with Rey Mysterio, before being caught in the chaos at ringside. In the final build-up, Rusev gets the last laugh by attacking Owens after his match with Angel and blasting him with the United States Championship. Tonight, Owens looks to survive the brutality of Rusev, while the Bulgarian Brute aims to crush the champion and capture the United States title. Kevin Owens makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with the United States Championship, ready to defend his title against the brutal force of Rusev. After weeks of ambushes, retaliation, and being laid out with his own championship, Owens enters tonight knowing exactly how dangerous the Bulgarian Brute can be. Now, the champion looks to fight through Rusev's punishment, retain the title, and prove that the United States Championship still belongs to Kevin Owens. Rusev makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with ruthless focus, ready to challenge Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. After weeks of attacks, mind games, and leaving Owens laid out with his own title, the Bulgarian Brute enters tonight believing he already has the champion weakened. Now, Rusev looks to crush Owens, capture the United States Championship, and prove that his path of destruction leads straight to gold.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the United States Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From Bulgaria, weighing in at 304 pounds, he is the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. And his opponent, from Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, he is the United States Champion, the prize fighter, Kevin Owens.
The referee holds the championship high above the ring, signaling that this highly anticipated title match is moments away. The bell rings and both men charge straight at each other, but Rusev wins the opening exchange before relentlessly punishing Kevin Owens to keep the United States champion grounded. Rusev establishes early control of the match, methodically dismantling Kevin Owens with a relentless display of power. Kevin Owens refuses to surrender, finding an opening to counter before unleashing a barrage of brutal strikes and retaliations. The United States champion builds momentum with every shot, forcing Rusev onto the back foot. Owens is mounting a serious comeback, showing exactly why he enters WrestleMania as the champion. The match continues to swing back and forth as Kevin Owens and Rusev refuse to give an inch, each determined to leave WrestleMania with the United States Championship. Kevin Owens regains control and drops Rusev, sensing that the opportunity to retain his championship is within reach. Owens goes for the stunner, but Rusev sees it coming and blocks the attempt before it can connect. Rusev displays his incredible power, driving Kevin Owens into the canvas before immediately locking in the devastating accolade.
Here is your winner and new United States Champion, Rusev.
Rusev secures a dominant victory at WrestleMania, forcing Kevin Owens to submit and capturing the United States Championship. It marks Rusev's first title since returning to the company, capping off his comeback with championship gold.
The following triple threat match, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
CM Punk earns his WrestleMania World Heavyweight Championship opportunity by winning the Royal Rumble, setting himself on a collision course with the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. But Seth Rollins refuses to accept Punk's place in the main event spotlight. Rollins strengthens his claim even further by defeating Punk at Elimination Chamber, while Gunther successfully retains the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. The following Raw, Rollins demands to be added to the WrestleMania title picture, but Gunther and Imperium respond with a surprise attack to beat Rollins down. Punk attacks Rollins after his insults, leading Adam Pearce to make Rollins survive an Imperium gauntlet match to earn another shot at Punk. When Punk and Rollins finally meet to decide Gunther's WrestleMania challenger, Gunther attacks both men, forcing a no contest. Adam Pearce responds by making it a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania tonight.
The following triple threat match, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the Men's Royal Rumble winner, the Second City Saint, CM Punk.
CM Punk makes his way to the WrestleMania stage as the Royal Rumble winner, finally standing on the brink of the World Heavyweight Championship opportunity he earned. After weeks of being challenged by Seth Rollins, attacked by Gunther, and dragged into this triple threat chaos, Punk enters tonight determined to prove that he belongs in the main event spotlight. With Gunther and Rollins standing in his way, Punk looks to survive the storm, silence the doubters, and leave WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion.
Next, from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, representing Imperium, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther.
Gunther makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with the World Heavyweight Championship, carrying the presence of a champion who refuses to be intimidated by either challenger. After attacking both CM Punk and Seth Rollins to force his own chaos into the title picture, the Ring General now faces the consequences in a triple threat match. Tonight, Gunther looks to impose his dominance, survive two elite challengers, and leave WrestleMania still standing as World Heavyweight Champion.
And their opponent, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, he is the Architect, Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins makes his way to the WrestleMania stage with confidence, believing he has forced his way into this World Heavyweight Championship match through undeniable results. After pinning both CM Punk and Gunther, surviving Imperium's attacks, and earning his place in the title picture, the Visionary enters tonight convinced that this is his moment. With the championship on the line in a triple threat match, Rollins looks to outsmart Punk, dethrone Gunther, and leave WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion. With Gunther, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins all in position, the referee checks all three competitors before calling for the bell to begin this blockbuster World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match. All three competitors waste no time going straight after one another. All three superstars are fighting with desperation and intensity, knowing only one of them will leave WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk is on fire, taking the fight to both opponents as he finally lives his WrestleMania main event dream. Punk is determined to cap it off by leaving as the new World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins fights back with everything he has, refusing to let CM Punk seize control, and plants him with a devastating pedigree. Rollins follows up immediately with a thunderous curb stomp and hooks the leg for the pin. But Gunther dives in to break up the pin and keep his title hopes alive. Gunther reasserts his authority, overpowering both challengers with ruthless offense as he takes control of the World Heavyweight Championship match. Rollins rallies back with a furious comeback, dropping both Gunther and Punk with a relentless flurry of offense. Rollins has all the momentum now, and is determined to leave WrestleMania as the new World Heavyweight Champion. This title fight is far from over, as CM Punk and Gunther refuse to back down, with Gunther stopping Rollins' comeback with a huge powerbomb. Punk levels Gunther with a thunderous clothesline before hoisting the champion onto his shoulders and drilling him with the go-to-sleep, in a stunning bid to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk shifts his focus to Rollins, but Rollins has it scouted, countering at the last moment and dropping Punk to halt his momentum. The action spills to ringside as Seth Rollins takes control, dropping both opponents before planting CM Punk with a devastating pedigree onto the arena floor. But Gunther refuses to stay down, battling back to overpower Rollins and hurling him back into the ring. Gunther cuts the pursuing Punk down with a clothesline before turning his attention to Seth Rollins, driving him into a steel chair with a brutal back suplex. The impact sends Seth Rollins crashing to the outside, giving Gunther the opening to hoist CM Punk into the air and drive him into the canvas with a thunderous powerbomb before going for the cover.
Here is your winner, and still World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.
Gunther overcomes the odds in a chaotic triple threat match, defeating CM Punk and Seth Rollins to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. The ring general stands tall at WrestleMania with the title held high, proving his dominant reign remains unbroken.